Remember unity. September 20th, 2014. Unity with all life. Hello everyone, Sue Lee and the Arcturians here. I, Sue, as the Arcturians are everywhere, am just back from my trip into the woods. Our friends the whales followed up the coast. Well, they didn't follow me, I followed them. Either way, I saw their wonderful presence more than I ever had. They should have been off to Hawaii by now, but they seem to be enjoying the waters off of Big Sur and Pacific Grove. I know a lot of you are whale lovers, so I lovingly shared this information with you. Perhaps they were telling the humans something. In fact, all life seems to be telling us something, if only we can be still enough and blend enough into the unity consciousness of the One to communicate with all life. Today, our program is interdimensional communication with all life. The secret to this communication is unity consciousness. Now the Arcturians will speak on an Arcturian blessing. We, the Arcturians, wish to bless our grounded ones who have volunteered to take a body to assist Earth in her great now of planetary ascension. We primarily wish to tell each and every one of you that you have a very special purpose that you have volunteered to fulfill in this now of Gaia's ascension. We apologize for our confusing referrals to time. We find it extremely limiting to speak in the linear and sequential language of the third dimension. In our true language, light language, the flow of ideas move in circles of light, which are revealed to the listener as pictures, emotions, ideas and sensations. To us, language is similar to a soft breeze that gently caresses our light body. When we feel this caress, we experience it as if it were a word, as telephone ring, a call from another. Since we all resonate within the One, we need not look outside of us into a different location, as our grounded ones must do. Instead, we focus inside of our being to take the call, or give our answer. Of course, since we do not resonate to a time-space reality, the inner call and our answer occur simultaneously. Because our light language is free of time and space, you must expand your consciousness into the fifth dimension and beyond to receive and understand it. Then, you can fully relax into the awareness of our presence as you allow our beingness to integrate into your multidimensional self. Then, when you return your attention to your physical reality, you can more easily translate our message into Earth language. We ask you to release your habit of time and space, so that you can imagine that you are in the now with us. Please take a moment to do so now. Take a long, slow, deep breath and allow your mind to float into your imagination and your heart to open to the unconditional love of the higher realms. Breathe in multidimensional light. Hold it in your heart and allow it to circulate through your earth vessel. Breathe out multidimensional love to all that is. And relax. As you relax into your fifth dimensional consciousness, feel how your earth vessel begins to blur into its environment. This blurring sensation is your light body peeking beyond the limitations of your clay vessel. Imagine now that your earth vessel is similar to a cave. Your consciousness had to hide in this cave in order to find protections from a hostile world. Imagine yourself in a life in which you lived in a cave to find protection. Do you feel how that body was primitive and dense? Now, we ask you to imagine that you are finding the courage to step out of that cave. As you step out of the dark cave, you realize that your primitive body begins to evolve. First, you stand up straight, and then you begin to think about your reality instead of perceiving everything as mating, food or danger. When you begin to think about your reality, rather than how to survive your reality, a curiosity and imagination begins to take hold in your consciousness. It is then that you awaken your imagination, and you begin to have ideas of what you can do and who you can be. You are all coming out of your cave of separation now. As you step out of your cave, your body begins to change. As your body changes, you begin to perceive reality in a new way. The hostile planet that once surrounded you is less hostile, for you are seeing it with new eyes. You are no longer a victim to the whims of others, because your connection to yourself constantly reminds you that you are the creator of your reality. In the same way, you are the creator of your body. Just as your world changes when your perceptions change, your earth vessel changes when your perceptions of yourself change. When you see yourself as just a human, your body becomes a clay vessel that quickly grows older and is vulnerable to harm and illness. On the other hand, when you think of yourself as the light of spirit, the concept of your body moves beyond the limits of a clay vessel and encompasses your ever-expanding aura. Then, when you perceive that yourself includes your aura, you are suddenly much bigger. You may not be aware that your size changes with your state of consciousness. When you are in a fifth-dimensional state of consciousness, you fill the room. You are united with everything and everyone in that room. You feel everything and everyone as yourself. In this expanded state of consciousness, you perceive reality as it appears in the fifth dimension and beyond. To further explore yourself as the entire room, ask yourself, how does it feel to be a chair, a desk, a plant, the ceiling, the computer, or the paper you are reading? We suggest that you light some candles, drink some water, feel the breeze, and walk barefoot on the earth. In this manner you can experience being the element of fire, being the element of water, being the element of air, and being the element of earth. Once you are fully bonded with the third-dimensional elements, you can ask them to assist you to unite with their higher dimensional elementals that flow into and through your body. With this higher multidimensional boost, you can more easily calibrate your consciousness to the fifth-dimensional frequencies of reality. We suggest that you also do this exercise with others. Then you can share being the elements of earth, air, fire and water, while you also experience of being the people in the room, on the phone, internet, or Skype. You do not need to be physically together, as it is the connection of your multidimensional consciousness that is important. When you share your multidimensional consciousness, you instantly flow into unity consciousness. When you deeply experience the elemental of other humans, you unite with those other humans. Once you unite with humans via your own elements of earth, air, fire and water, you become joined on a cellular level. This cellular unity creates a deep bond and sense of security. All humanity was once linked in this manner, but as the world became increasingly hostile, humans began to find their own separate safety. Since separation creates fear, you began to perceive Earth as a hostile planet. Just as separation creates fear, fear creates separation. Thus, humans increasingly felt separate from their environment and from others. Fear also made them want to hide. Then, many of our dear grounded ones found it necessary to hide their true expanded self for millennia, in order to survive their life on a hostile planet. Now it is safe for you to remember that you are planet Earth and planet Earth is you. You share earth, air, fire and water with the planet and with all of the planetary inhabitants. As more and more of you awaken to this truth, you will remember that limitation and separation is just an illusion. Wonderfully, as each of you expands your consciousness into your multidimensional self, you will share your experience via your unity consciousness. Please remember that unity consciousness is innate. It does not need to be learned or even remembered. You are all united on the cellular level via your planetary earth, air, fire and water. As the cellular structure of one person remembers to expand into his or her innate fifth-dimensional expression, they send a wave of unity consciousness to every cell of every inhabitant of Earth, including the planet itself. At first, just one cell will not make much of an impact. However, this process progresses in an exponential manner. Thus, one cell shares with 2 cells, then 4 cells, then 8 cells, and on and on. In this manner, all life will begin to consciously experience their fifth-dimensional expression. Once the threshold into fifth-dimensional light body is crossed, time and space are extinct concepts. At this point, there will only be here and now. In the higher worlds of the now, you are always here. There is only the now of unconditional love, which infinitely flows via the multidimensional light, as a constant message from the One. This multidimensional light, which includes all dimensions, is constantly caressing you on a cellular level to guide you home to the now of the One. When you live within this now, you remember that there is no specific time for ascension, nor is there an assigned place to which you will travel. Ascension is a process of returning home to your true multidimensional self who is infinitely here now. Channeled by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com